It's January 2025, and the world finally feels like the sci-fi dreams of early 20th century visionaries. Companies are pouring billions of dollars into building infrastructure for artificial intelligence technologies, eccentric billionaires are launching rockets into space while entering saloons on horseback just like outlaws in the Wild West, and, maybe the most baffling development of all, JavaScript actually starts making a lot of sense on the server. These are just some of the most important tech stories that we need to talk about in this monthly update. Let me start by apologizing. While I usually stay away from AI topics, these days it's becoming virtually impossible to avoid it. In January, Microsoft announced they are on track to invest approximately $80 billion to build out AI-enabled data centers, Meta plans to spend up to $65 billion this year to power its AI goals, and Trump, together with the CEOs of SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI, announced private investments of $500 billion in AI infrastructure. All these investments are almost equivalent with how much Nvidia lost in market value in a single day. Because, as we all found out this week while losing our hard-earned money in the stock market, the West has a really big problem coming from the East. And this time around, it isn't the Mongol hordes, but a Chinese AI lab called DeepSeek, which claims that through innovative findings and disruptive algorithms are able to outperform all existing AI models at a fraction of the cost. But we are misled with these numbers. While the $6 million investment appears to be incredibly small, it's not the real cost of the R1 model. Just like in any fair competition, the US government has imposed export restrictions on certain advanced chips and semiconductor technologies to China. So it would be really weird if DeepSeek, a Chinese company, would have 50,000 Nvidia H100 GPUs at a total cost that probably exceeds $1.5 billion.
My understanding is that DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100s, which they can't talk about obviously because it is against the export controls that the United States has put in place.
This, of course, would imply that DeepSeek might have spent a few more zeros than they are willing to admit. If the AI space feels like chaos, let's descend into real madness and look at web development. January marks a big milestone for BAN with the release of version 1.2, continuing its mission to simplify and speed up JavaScript development. This update brings even better compatibility with Node.js, improved support for native modules, and a smoother integration with libraries written in other languages like Rust. With these updates, BAN is trying to position itself as a robust, modern JavaScript runtime that prioritizes performance and simplicity, providing developers with practical tools to build scalable applications. What I find more interesting is Ryan Carniato's take on JavaScript frameworks in 2025. Ryan is the creator of Solid.js, and for the upcoming year, he encourages us to see the value in tools that may not be revolutionary, but are reliable. In this context, Vue and Angular continue to gain favor for their consistency in developer satisfaction, despite the current economic and AI pressure. Following on this idea, the Angular team just made public their 2025 strategy, and the goals are pretty exciting. First, they want to enhance the developer experience while pushing the boundaries of performance and continuing to bring innovation to the ecosystem. Second, they'll work on making the adoption of new features easier. Continuing with some WordPress drama, Matt Mullenweg, the CEO of Automattic and co-creator of WordPress, announced he is deactivating the accounts of several key community members, proving that the malevolent dictator model works perfectly until it doesn't. This follows disputes over WordPress governance and contributions, sparked by Mullenweg criticizing hosting company VP Engine for profiting of WordPress without giving back. Switching gears to other tech news, the battle of egocentric billionaires continues. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin reached a big milestone with the successful launch of their new Glen rocket, delivering its payload to orbit. In response, the other famous rocket aficionado, Elon Musk, opens a new front of battle by announcing that Tesla's Optimus bot enters mass production soon.
Here's the thing about being rich, okay? It's